soil and ends with harvesting. Each stage, such as land preparation, planting, caring for crops, and harvesting, helps ensure good growth and better yields. Every step plays a crucial role in determining the quality and quantity of the final produce. Farmers must understand the needs of their soil, select suitable crops, and apply the right farming techniques to achieve the best results. In this presentation, we will discuss the main stages of crop production and show how proper planning, good farming practices, and teamwork lead to successful and sustainable farming. We will explore modern methods such as use of technology, improved irrigation systems, organic fertilizers, and pest control measures that can increase productivity while protecting the environment. Ultimately, successful crop production is not just about growing food, it's about ensuring food security, supporting livelihoods, and promoting long-term sustainability for future generations. Please be with us.
Hello colleague, I'm Diane. We are going to continue with good farming begins with good soil. So in this session, we are going to deal with land preparation. Land preparation, it is the first and most important stage of crop production because this makes the land ready for planting and also it makes the production being increased. First, during land preparation, when we are dealing about the preparing the land, first we clear weeds, stones, and also residue. We burn or compost them to prevent pests. So here at this stage, when we are preparing our land, we mold the residue for the crops of the rainy season, which may be demanded on our field. Secondly, we continue with soil tilling. When we are dealing about tillage, here we are trying to make our soil big, loose, so the soil, it will be easy for the roots to penetrate, and also it will make the nutrient being accessible for the plant. When our soil is loose, it will make the nutrient being available for our crops and also our seeds. So, and also it will be easy for the root to penetrate deeply in the soil. Let's continue with the fertility improvement. Add organic manure or compost to boost fertility. When you are preparing your land, you have to add the manure in your field to improve the fertility of your soil, and also this will lead to the increased yield. And also when you add some organic manure or compost, it will also lead to water retention and also microorganisms. So it is important to add some manure in your field when you want to get the high quality and also high yield. So let's continue with fertilizer use. So we have to apply some chemical fertilizers also in our land when, according to the crops you are going to crop. It will depend on crops because there is some seeds which are mainly based on NPK, like the fertilizer which is composed of nitrogen, phosphorus, and also potassium. So you will add fertilizer depending on the crops you are going to crop in your land. Let's continue with soil testing. When we are thinking about soil testing, first you have to test the moisture of your soil, and also you have to know the pH of your soil, because there is some crops which is mainly depends on the acidity of the soil, and also there is the other which is likely in the neutral soil. So like some crops like beans, it prefer slightly acidic soil. So you have to know if your soil is acidic or it is neutral. And also other crops like maize, it is best in a neutral soil. So it is important to know your soil pH and also moisture so that to increase the quality and quantity of the yield. About the land swapping, it forms the weeds and some furrows on our land to manage the rains so that to protect our crops. And also, healthy soil means healthy plant. A well-prepared field is the farmer's first investment in a good harvest. So, I encourage you to prepare your land before you plant your crops. Thank you for your kind attention.
Hello, I'm here by the name of Mishobet. Today we are going to talk about the topic which is called planting. Planting as a science and art. First of all, planting is a process of putting a seed, or seeding and also nursery into a soil. In the process of planting, we are going to talk about step by step when you want to plant a seed or transplanting a seed. First of all, you have to select a seed. Select a seed. It is crucial when you want to plant a crop. You have to use a certified seed, the seed which have a quality, and also you have to use a seed which is faster in germination, and also you have to use a seed which is a disease resistance, and you have to use a seed which is better yield in order to gain high productivity. Another process of planting, it is a timing. A timing, you have to follow a calendar where the good period of planting a seeds according to type of seed you want to plant. There is a seed which grow well in the rainy season, and there also is a seed which grow well in dry season. Then after, you have to do a proper distance between one seed and another. Like a maize, you have to use 75 centimeter between rows and 25 and 30 centimeter between a plant. On bean, you have to use close because a bean it grow well. And also in cabbage, you have to use 40 and 50 centimeter between a plant in order to grow well and to gain high productivity. Another, when you want to plant a seed, there is a seed that is directly planted in the soil, but there is also another seed which is planted before going in a nursery. This is what I'm going to talk about, that is a nursery crops. The nursery crops is the seed that is planted before going in the nursery. You have to transplant it when it is grown well in the nursery. You have to start a crop like tomato in nursery bed or seed, and 4 weeks before transplanting. This tomato, it is grown in nursery, and you have to transplant it after removing from nursery and put it in well prepared soil. Another crucial steps when you want to plant a seed, it is soil and seed preparation. Digging plant holes and treat seed against fungal disease. When you want to plant seed, you have to prepare soil well, digging well, and remove unneeded compounds like insect, like unnecessary plants. Then this can help a seed to grow well and to germinate well. Another steps, it is after planting, you have to cover seed. You have to cover seed lightly with soil, water gently, and keep soil moisture, not soaked. When you plant a seed, you have to cover it in order to germinate well. After covering, you have to check if germination done well. Most seeds sprout in 5 and 10 days. We see the gaps for uniform growth. Last steps, when after checking if seed is germinated well, you have to avoid overcrowding. This is also crucial steps because the seed which is germinate with high density. You have to remove the plant which is weak in order to have a full productivity. This step it helps a plant to gain sanitary water and nutrients. This is the last steps for planting. Thank you for your kind attention.
I'm by the names of Shimamura Baidene, and I'm here to talk about crop care management. Yeah, growing crops is like raising children. They need daily attention. You need to observe their daily appearance, like moisture and rainfall and everything. The first point is watering. Regular watering during dry days, especially for young plants. Yeah, we have to water in dry seasons, especially for young plants, because their roots are so shallow. They need water to get deeper and to absorb nutrients. Yeah, we water early in the morning or late in an afternoon in order to help plants to absorb that water rather than taken by the sun or the heat. Let's continue on weeding. Weeding is the removal of weeds to prevent competition for nutrients and reduce pest and risks. Yeah, the weeds compete with the crops to sunlight, water, and other nutrients. So if we remove the weeds from our fields, our plants are able to absorb all nutrients to grow well and increase the yield on our field. Yeah, weeds also encourage the transmission of pests and diseases in our crops. So if we use this process of weeding, we remove that weeds by some techniques like using hands, hose, or other electronic methods. Yeah, hence our yield will increase too much. Yeah, let's continue on fertilization. In fertilization, we replace our crops with compost or recommended fertilizers at key stages. Example, when maize are at knee stage, we add some organic matter like nutrients and other organic components like NPK. NPK, you know NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. When we add that fertilizers in our crops, it increases the nutrients absorption so that our crops grow well. The other is pest and disease control. Yeah, we monitor crops daily. We act early with safe pesticides or organic options like Neem X-Lite. Yeah, we use pesticides or the pesticide that we purchase on the market. Yeah, we use it on our field so that it kills the pests and diseases that affect our crops and which cause them to not to grow properly. Yeah, if we use pesticides and diseases, it kills that diseases so that our plants grow and the yield increases. Other is pruning and thinning. In pruning and thinning, we trim extra branches. Like on tomatoes, we cut the extra branches in order to allow that to access like sunlight easily, or to avoid the competition for water and other nutrients which are not needed. Yeah, for better airflow and sunlight. Yeah, if we prune and thin our crops, the yield and harvest will increase and airflow. The other is mulching. The mulching is cover the land with dry grasses which helps to retain moisture and suppress weeds. It also helps to reduce soil erosion so that the crops will not be washed away by that soil erosion. It also helps to increase nutrients as that grass is used in mulching decomposes. It acts like manure so that the crops get that nutrients. This process is the cheapest process, but it is highly effective because it helps the plants to grow well and yield increases. So thank you. Let's welcome Atapoli.
Thank you. So we are going to talk about harvesting management. We first talk about the harvesting is involve both science and timing. Timing, we talk about when to harvest and perfect time for taking the crops out of the field. And about the science is what time is good. Yes, and also when do we consider when the crop is ready to harvest. So the first is maturity, monitoring maturity. Monitoring maturity is to know where shows us when the crops are ready. The maize harvest when the husks are brown and grains are hard. You have seen the maize when they turn brown in the field and its grain become hard. That's when it is ready to be harvested. About the beans, pick when the pods are yellow and dry. Also about the beans, when the pods turns yellow in the field, we harvest them. And also looks dry. On vegetables, unlike the grains, they are harvested when they have reached full size and fresh and tenderness. The vegetables like cabbages and spinach, they are harvested while they are still fresh and also they are fully sized. That's when they are ready to be harvested. So the best time, harvest early in the morning, avoid heat damage. When we harvest in the afternoon, when the sun is sharp, it may lead to the heat damage. Heat damages the crops or harvest. So let's continue on drying. Drying reduces moisture in grain like maize, beans, to prevent mold. So most of you have seen the maize and beans spread on the mat when the sun is sharp or during the day. That's what we call drying. We dry them to prevent mold, to remove some moisture. Also about sorting and grading. Remove damaged and low quality produce. When we are sorting and grading, we remove the damaged crops, like the one that have the compost, that have damaged when they are still growing. And also the low quality produce. The low quality produce are the one that also been damaged or that they are not matured. They have not matured. Also let's talk about the storage. Use screen, dry, paste, free and container or silos. About the storage is the most crucial one. The storage, we need the storage that is compatible or suitable for a certain harvest or produce. Each produce or each crop needs a certain storage. When like beans and maize, they need dry storage that prevent them from the moisture that can damage it. Also about the like potatoes or sweet potatoes or other, they also need a harvest that is huge or massive for them to keep keep them safe. So thank you. That was all about harvesting management.
My name is Gilbert Misha, and
And you are?
I'm weather expert at this farm at Jangavo, and we'll be together. I'm going to explain more about the farming, which crops are farmed, and which weather do they prefer to farm them. And thank you for having me today. So thank you. At our weather station, we monitor climate and daily weather changes because those factors directly influence how well crops grow and how much water they need and when they should be harvested.
Mhm.
So here at this center, we collect this data usually using several key factors like we have rain gauge, where it measures the amount of rainwater we receive. As the rain is vital, it helps crops to germinate and keep the soil fertile, but when it rains too much, it can lead to floods, soil erosion, and even crop destruction. Also, we record the rainfall every morning and evening. If heavy rain are expected, we advise farmers to open drainage channels or delay fertilizer application so the nutrients aren't wasted away. Here at our farm, we have also thermometer where it's used to measure both air and soil temperature. So as here, different crops prefer different temperatures, as for example, maize grow between 18 and 27 degrees Celsius, whereas beans do well around 24. So when it's too hot, we suggest mulching to reduce evaporation and keep soil cool. Also, we have the other tool that is sunshine recorder, which tracks how many hours of sunlight you can get each day. Also, sunlight determines how much photosynthesis occurs, and that's the process plants use to make their own food. Crops like tomatoes and maize, they need long sunny hours, while leafy vegetables grow better with shorter ones. And if the days become crowded for too long, we tell farmers to adjust watering and fertilizers timing. We also have wind fan and anemometer, which they show us the wind direction and speed. They are gentle winds that is actually good as to help in pollination and reduce heat stress, but strong winds or storms, they can break stems and damage flowers and even flatten the entire field. So before storm periods, we want farmers to stake tall plants like maize or beans for protection.
Yes. So you gather all these readings every day. What do you do with the information afterward?
So thank you for your good question, and it is excellent. So every day here we compare all these readings and send updates to farmers through radio programs, SMS alerts, and local agriculture officers. So here is how it helps. When we predict the rain in a few days, we tell maize and bean farmers to plant immediately, so seeds germinate with the first rains. So if heavy rainfall is coming, we recommend drainage channels to prevent flooding, and also during dry spells, we get farmers to start irrigation schedules and use mulch to retain soil moisture. Also, when frost is likely, especially in highlands, we teach farmers to cover young plants or use smoke barriers to keep them warm. And also in wind seasons, we suggest planting windbreak trees to protect crops and prevent soil erosion. So all these measures reduce risk and they save crops and labor.
Oh, that's really smart farming.
Yes.
Do you also help farmers plan ahead for future seasons?
Yes, absolutely. Before every planting season, we study past rainfall patterns and current climate trends. So if rain season looks like it will start late, we advise farmers to choose early maturing or drought-resistant crops like sorghum or cassava. And if the season looks wet and long, we suggest crops that love moisture like maize and beans. So by aligning crop choices with weather. It helps farmers to increase yield and avoid the losses.
That's what we call a climate-smart agriculture planting at the right time. Protecting the environment and producing more food with fewer resources. Thank you. So, weather experts are actually key partners to farmers.
Yes. Yes, that's what we were saying is true. We are not just predicting weather, but we are protecting livelihoods. Farmers who follow weather updates can increase their harvest by 30 or 40% compared to those who don't need weather forecasters. Because in farming, timing is everything. The right decision made at the right time can turn a simple seed into successful harvest. So from rainfall and sunshine to temperature and wind, everything recorded here help farmers plan ahead, stay safe, and grow more.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert, right?
Thank you.
Colleagues, now that we've reached the part of conclusion, I hope that you've learned that farming success starts when we prepare the soil well, with care and maintain crops diligently and harvest properly. By doing this, we not only get strong yields but also support our communities, boost farmers' incomes, and each step in this process plays a vital role in ensuring that the crops grow healthy and the soil remains fertile and the environment stay balanced for future farming activities. Let's commit to working together using smart and sustainable methods so that every harvest truly starts with the right preparation. Through teamwork, innovation, and continuous learning, we can strengthen our agricultural systems, adapt to changing climates, and ensure that farming remains a reliable source of livelihoods for the generations to come. So, thank you for your attention, and let's continue striving toward the future where every farmer efforts results in not just successful harvest but a stronger, more sustainable world.